What's up, this is Danny Garcia. You're now tuned into Lineal Boxing TV with Birdie. Look for that no look left hook. Shit. You gotta be good and make millions of dollars without looking. Shit.
Laura Payne, obviously you're making your debut.
Yep.
Excited?
Can't wait.
When is that?
12th of November.
12th,
so it's been moved. It was going to be on the 7th of November in Poland, but they've moved it now to the 12th in Czech Republic.
In Czech Republic.
So I'm just like crossing everything at the moment. That's gonna.
Yeah.
With all this corona, God knows what's gonna happen.
It's been a crazy year, isn't it?
Like, it's crazy. Sad to tell the grandkids, isn't it?
I know, we've lived through this, haven't we? It's like,
yeah.
I was just saying.
So far we have. Touch wood.
I was just saying before, I'm not adding this year to my age because I haven't really used it.
No,
it's just been
it.
written
It's
off.
been a waste, isn't it?
It's just been a waste.
I think I've just spent all year at home.
But hopefully, touch wood, what a great way to make your debut, and it.
Yeah.
Fighting this year won't seem so much like this year's been a waste.
No, yeah, well exactly. It's a good way to end the year. You got that, and then you got Christmas, and then it's ready to go again. January, March, I'm boxing in Africa. That's already been set. So yeah, next year's going to be a good year. It's just getting to the end of this, but like this has given me a chance to turn pro. It's been giving me a chance to knuckle down on the training. I've had a long camp really because like we was obviously locked in, but we haven't really stopped training. To be honest with you.
Always ticking over.
We're always ticking over. Like,
yeah.
Me and John have been getting all the pads in the bags and this and that, the conditioning. So it's been a long camp. So now it's just getting the sparring in, which we've been doing anyway as soon as we got given a date, and it's just knuckling down. But after this fight, we'll just carry on training, train all through the year, have a nice Christmas.
And then yeah, go again.
Go again.
But so how did your debut come about in Czech Republic? How did that all happen?
To be honest, John.
Leave it all to John.
I leave it all to John.
Tell me where to fight, tell me when.
Exactly that. I trust John with everything. So what he says goes. He'll just tell me, right, you're boxing here, that's all I need to know. Don't need to know who I'm boxing. They've all got 2 arms, don't they?
That's right, yeah. And especially with John, I did an interview a month back with him, and you don't really realise when you actually sit down and chat with him, it's more of a family here, isn't it, as opposed to like a boxing club, because he really has everyone's best interests at heart, isn't it?
Yeah, he's like a second dad to me, to be honest with you, and he's looked after me a lot, not just in boxing, out of boxing he's looked after me, do you know what I mean? He's, I've always, if ever I need something, he's the person I turn to the most, to be honest with you, so he's a good man. So you know you're in capable hands, it's... Yeah, he's been in sport for years, isn't he? Produced plenty of champions, he's produced plenty of good boxers, and he's going to continue to do them, and he's continuing to produce champions. So going on from you then, your pro career, what a great start, going over to Czech Republic. That's something chalked off your career that a lot of people don't take 10-15 fights to get into, like, do you know what I mean, fighting away. Are you nervous about that at all? Or? No, to be honest with you, I'm not at all. Do you know what I'm more nervous about? Is having this corona test. That's what I'm most nervous about. I don't want this corona test.
Oh wow, okay. That's the only thing.
Like, they stick it up my nose and they straight down your throat.
They've got another one that goes into your ear.
Oh, don't tell me that. I've had enough of it. No, the boxing, I'm not cutting any corners, and I'm very dedicated as a person. So I know that I've done everything I should, and I'm continuing to until I box. So that is, the boxing's the fun part, do you know what I mean? That's where I can get in there and hopefully box someone's head off a little bit, but the corona test just out of my hand. I'm not used to the corona test.
That's a funny way of looking at it. You're not worried about getting punched in the face or going to war with someone. It's just a cotton bud up your nose.
Yeah, well, the boxing side of things, that's what I'm like, I sign up to do. Do you know what I mean? That's what I enjoy, getting hit in the head.
Yeah, but you made a really nice point, and this is why some people get so nervous, but because they get a little bit more nervous because they know they've cut corners in camp and they know they've cut corners in training, but when you've done everything by the book, then that's just... You won't let you cut corners anyway, so you know every time I box as an amateur, I've got in there and I've made, John knows where to put us, what to do with us. It's not just me, every boxer in here, every single boxer in Guildford City gets into the ring with confidence. Yeah. Every one of them. Because the trainers, like obviously there's John as the pro coach, but there's other trainers as well. You know, you've got Ben, you've got Mike, and they're on you as an amateur as well.
you know you're not cutting corners.
And they won't let you. They'll know, won't they?
They won't let you box if you cut a corner.
Yeah.
So every boxer from this club gets in the ropes and they've got confidence because they know that they've done what they need to do. Everyone's dedicated in here.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you're out.
Yeah, and it's such a good stand. You had a great amateur career, didn't you?
Yeah, I was on GB for a little bit, and yeah, it was good, but I struggled to find the fights.
You're more suited to the pro sort of game, everyone says, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
everyone said that from when I first had my amateur fight.
yeah.
They all say I'm a bit more of a bite down on my gum shield and
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? And
As opposed to this sort of like, amateur
instead of all
popping.
the sort of this and that, I can box, but I like a bit of a fight as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I like sitting down on my shorts and whipping them in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And standing a bit more toe to toe.
Being a bit more aggressive in those exchanges.
And having a bit more of a brawl, but then obviously I can box as well.
Yeah.
So it works quite well. I've got a bit of a different style, but yeah, no, I'm more suited to the pros. I think I'm use a bit of strength in the pros, and yeah, we'll do alright.
I don't know, it's a bit of a cliche because everyone's saying it, man, but it's so true. It's the women's side of the sport is really taking off now. It's the competitiveness of the fights. That was generally where the problem was. There wasn't that many pool of fighters to make fights competitive, but now you watch some of these fights, they're unreal.
Yeah, well, like the females are just as good as the men. We've always said that, but it's having that bit of backing. Now you've got females headlining shows, you've got,
And stealing the shows with actual quality of the fight as well.
That's the thing, like you see females boxing, they're better than some of the men's boxing, whether it's they're more competitive.
Yeah.
Even in sparring, I'll spar boys quite a bit because obviously it's hard finding the female sparring. You've watched that sparring, that girl sparring is competitive, isn't it?
You've paid to watch it.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. It's competitive, we're at it. We're all a team in here, but when we're sparring, just spar, do you know what I mean? And we all know that as well. Everyone knows that. When you're sparring, it's not like, you don't want to hold off too much on each other. We're all mates in here, but in that ring you have got to get a little bit of pressure on the other person, and you've got to work with them, but you've also got to put it on them a little bit, and everyone does that here, which is good. And then you get out of the ring.
Back to normal.
Yeah. When we're going for a coffee. But it's like a family down here. Everyone helps each other.
Yeah,
it's
nice. Good atmosphere. See, obviously, God willing, you get through this next fight absolutely fine. Then you go into Africa, did you say?
In March, yeah. Hopefully there'll be something before that. I want to be as active as possible. But the thing is with me, is like I probably, if it was down to me, I'll just take everything.
Yeah.
So we'll see where John puts me.
You need someone to sort of like slow you down sometimes and just...
Yeah, he's good. He'll tell me when to relax and when to put the pressure. Do you know what I mean? When I should be fighting, when I should be relaxing. So I will just go by what he says. But I want to take as many fights as what I can. Any opportunity that comes my way, I will take it.
Yeah.
But you've got to put it past boss man first. You've got to put it past the special one first.
Yeah. He sort of knows it all, doesn't he? So you have to,
Yeah, he does, yeah. Bless him.
So what are sort of like goal plans for you?
Well, obviously...
Are you going to be a full-time pro, or do you work and...
No, it'd be full-time
okay.
pro, yeah. So we'll see how it goes, obviously. Just take it fight by fight. Hopefully in the next couple of years we'll have a title or a couple of titles. In years to come, go for a world title and see, it's... I've got like, my end goal is I want to become a world champion, but you've got loads of little stepping stones to get there first. But I'm 22, I've got 10 years in the sport. 10 years is a lot, because there's girls, but 10 years for all the girls in there, that's a lot of time. So I can literally take my time with it really nicely. I don't have to take too much of a big leap. I can just step by step go through it.
And we're still in that situation. It's going to take a good another 5 years, but you could theoretically have 8 fights and be in a title shot in the women's.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
Exactly that.
You can really stand out still at the moment.
That's it. And I think, I'll get the opportunities. And I've got a good team around me as well to help with everything that I need. So yeah, we'll just take it step by step. But obviously you've got to have that vision, because if I didn't want to be a world champion, there's no way I'd do this. To be honest with you, getting hit in the head.
It's too much effort.
It is. It's not just that. It's everything. The conditioning, the runs, this, that. You've got to have an end goal. But like, I'm not saying I'm becoming a world champion tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? It's going to take time. But I've got 10 years.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens in that. But you've got to have an end goal.
Any advice to any women want to sort of take up boxing?
Just do it.
Just do it. How did you start? What was the sort of thing that sort of started you?
Well, I started kickboxing before the boxing. I grew up in quite a bit of violence, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Saw some things that I shouldn't have seen, and I needed somewhere to put all that.
Channel the energy and yeah.
Yeah, like I was never like a. Yeah, I just needed somewhere to put it. So I went into kickboxing. Just by growing up with a bit of violence, it gives you that bit of anger, bit of aggression. So I went to the kickboxing gym, learned how to defend myself. That was my biggest thing. I wanted to learn how to defend myself because growing up with violence, you want to know how to. You want to just have a little bit of confidence yourself because otherwise you'll be rock bottom. So started that. Did well with kickboxing. Had loads. I don't even know how many fights I had as a kickboxer. I had loads, and then went into white collar and then met John. Went with John on the GB squad and then turned pro.
I bet that must be a great experience on that GB squad as well.
Yeah.
There's people that walk in through those doors.
Yeah, it's nice. Well, you're structured nicely. You're all around people that want the same thing.
Yeah.
So you're all motivating each other to get there. But to be honest, being here, obviously John, he's got the experience with being with England. He's done a lot with GB himself. He knows that's why he's such a good coach because he's done all that. He's coached all the boxers through those anyway. You can just put your trust in him because he knows exactly what to do with you. He knows how to structure. He knows how to do everything. So, it was amazing up there. They had amazing facilities, but you get the same sort of knowledge and the same training, the same. I think I'll get pushed harder in the gym than I did anywhere else. Like here, he'll push you till your last breath.
Yeah, and especially with John as well. It's not as if you're both on the same path going. Like he knows where he's going, doesn't he? He knows. Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to put your faith in someone good. So as long as you put your faith in someone good that you know you can trust and you know that will look after you, then you've done your bit. Is just my bit is the training and doing what I know I should be doing. And
it's so important that it's such a strange sport, boxing, because you're literally in there putting your health at risk, and then you see so many people get stitched up, and you've got to have someone. It's so important to be grounded, have people around you trust. Yeah, because that's 90% of it.
Do you know what? You meet some sharks.
I've seen it.
I'm not even going to get into it.
No.
You meet sharks. Like I've met sharks, and people that the things with boxing is you've got to be careful because they all try and promise you the world, but for their benefit. Yeah. So that's why you've got to make sure you're with somebody that just wants the best.
Has your interest.
Yeah. Yeah, you meet sharks. It's crazy. It's a business, isn't it? Boxing's all a business. So boxing, everyone's trying to make money out of you. Yeah. And you just got to make sure you don't get stung. Because if you get stung and you sign something or you do something and you get stung with it, that's it. So you've got to be so careful. And
going on from that, I've seen so many good promising boxers to go down the journeyman route because they can't sell tickets, they're always getting robbed of decisions. And they think, why am I going through all of this? I might as well just... Yeah. And you see so many people go down the sort of like that route, but... but you just have to have someone you can trust in boxing that you...
100%. Listen, if you can trust somebody and you know that, it's what I want to do, this, and to be honest with you, if I wasn't with John, I don't know what I'd do because he's really helped with everything. Like he's seen me at my worst places. I'm not talking boxing. I'm talking outside of boxing. Yeah. And he's helped me from rock bottom. That man. So he's stuck by me through thick and thin. Other people, they're completely different. So, but yeah, it's alright. As long as he's alright. Listen. Got to keep him ticking over. Got to keep him on his toes.
What's the prediction in 5 years?
In terms of where do I want to be in 5 years? With a title.
With a title. At Guildford City?
Yeah. I wouldn't ever move gyms, to be honest. I wouldn't move coach or like where I am, management. I think you've got to stay grounded in boxing. And like, you might get given opportunities or this or that, but I wouldn't choose nothing compared to where I am, who I'm with. It's like family in here. Like I say, John's like a dad to me. Like if I wasn't boxing for John, I wouldn't be boxing now. and no matter who tries to come in or if anybody does try to come in, I'm not bothered about nothing.
Well, lovely way to end the interview. Right, Laura, all the best for your
Thank you
fight.
very much. I appreciate that.
Enjoy the rest of your year.
Cheers.